But women already have equality, so why do we need a movement saying what rights do women? What's one right that a man has that a woman doesn't?
A woman sounds about white. Let's just go.
Let's just say we didn't have.
Throw a white comment at me. That's very legitimate, guys. Good job. Well, you're not answering my questions. I'm asking
I don't have to answer your question. That's the point of it.
Well, you're coming up to me about my side. I mean. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, in order to fully understand, we have to go back a bit. What's up, everybody? It's Hunter Avallone here, and I have successfully survived the 3rd annual Women's March. This time, I decided to stop by Retardville Central and troll the Los Angeles Women's March in California. Upon arriving, you could instantly see people marching, tons of ridiculous signs, and even the hilarious baby Trump balloon. Now, for the first hour, I didn't do any trolling. I simply went around and did some interviews, talked to people, and tried to find out what they believe.
We'd be better off without the wall.
So, why would we be better off without the wall?
I just think that the wall is not inclusive, and that's not what America stands for. Plus, like, most of the drugs and illegal immigrants that come through our country come through flying through our airports. Like, walls don't work.
My sign says, marching for trans immigrant documented women.
Okay, why is women spelled with an X?
Just so it can be like more inclusive of other like ranges in the gender spectrum. I didn't want to just like say like women.
You don't want to have to say men in there, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no men.
Voldemort's a pretty ugly dude, you know?
Yeah, we both love Harry Potter, so we just kind of like, what's something that we could like kind of incorporate into our science.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump is ugly physically or ugly when it comes to policies?
Oh, both, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you think makes Trump so ugly with policies or as a president?
The fact that he doesn't think of anyone else's needs but his own, and I just think that he's a little inconsiderate.
How so?
Just everything he does.
After getting some super fun interviews, I decided it was time to make things interesting. So like a kid on Christmas, I tore open my box and let the fun begin. I personally don't believe we need feminism. I don't think women are oppressed in this country.
You don't.
No. Why do you think we do need feminism?
Because abortion laws are being threatened, which means we can't control our reproductive bodies.
There could be a federal removal of a federal enforcement of abortion. However, it would still be left up to the states. So you would still have abortion in states like California, for example.
But not in Texas, where you would have to, you'd have one abortion clinic in the entire state.
But I think that's the importance of having a smaller government, is that these issues such as abortion should be left up to the state.
Have you ever known anyone who needed an abortion?
Absolutely.
And they were willing to drive 600 miles and have to stay the night there because it can be a 2-day procedure?
Listen, I just think it should be a smaller government. I think it's an issue that should be left up to the states. And I hardly think that women not being able to get an abortion in a specific state is any sign of oppression. I understand, but I still don't.
With a man, I don't really care.
Actually, women are not paid less. The wage gap has been debunked multiple times. In fact, there was a study done by the Association of University Women that found that when there's the actual wage gap is only about 6%, and that can be explained by women's. That can be explained by women's individual choices, hours worked, and education.
And being held back from scientific positions.
No.
Yes, because
No.
it's not. Don't say no when I have people I know who are scientists, women I know.
And I'm stating statistics. I think that statistics overrule anecdotal evidence. See, I would tell you that's not true. I don't think women are oppressed. I think women can do anything they want to do, and I think they can be successful in any institution, but it's actually the feminists who are telling women that they can't do things and that they're being held back.
What sign do you see here that says women stay home? What sign do you hear?
I don't see a sign that says that.
Right, because feminists are not holding women back.
It's not a bad thing for me to think women aren't oppressed. Why do you guys need feminism? Why do you guys need feminism? Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Don't just scream. You don't need it. Women are not oppressed in this country. Do you guys want to talk to me? Women are not oppressed in this country, guys. You don't need Well, why don't you guys tell me? Why do you need feminism?
Why do you not need feminism? Who are you? You're the white guy?
Yes, I'm a white guy.
Good for you.
But I don't think calling me a white guy discredits my opinions. And I think that's actually pretty racist of
You
you.
can get whatever you want because you're a white guy. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
I'm a black
I can
girl
also
who
get a
loves
higher
dogs.
suicide rate. That I don't think women need feminism. I don't think women are oppressed in this country. Do you think, why do you need feminism?
Feminism is equality. Stop trolling. We don't have time for your.
Well, it's really more of a difference of opinion, but whatever you want to call it. Because I don't think that women need feminism, and I don't think that's negativity. I'm here telling women that I don't think they're oppressed. I think that's a good thing.
Why do you think we don't need feminism?
Because women are equal members of our society and they have equal rights. There's not a single right a man has that a woman does not.
That's very, very, very untrue.
What's what? What? Oh, I've looked up the pay gap multiple times. In fact, the University of...
If men wanted abortions, I feel like it would definitely happen by now. So don't tell us what, like, I think feminism oppresses women more. I mean, feminism doesn't oppress women. It stands up for equality. It means justice. It means equalism.
But women already have equality, so why do we need a movement
we don't.
What rights do women... What's one right that a man has that a woman doesn't?
A woman sounds about white. Let's just go.
Let's just say we didn't have
Throw a white comment at me. That's very legitimate, guys. Good job. You don't need feminism, guys.
We talk to a woman since we're both men. You're a man. Why don't we get?
I don't really like to play identity politics. I'd rather hear your opinion.
Well, I'm a man.
Right, but
That's
just
my-
because you're a man doesn't mean it invalidates your opinion.
Oh no, totally. But we're talking about women having equality, so we should have women to talk about their view on equality. Like, has there been a time, or can you think of a time in recent memory, maybe like the last few weeks, where you felt like you weren't treated fairly because you were a woman?
I'm trying to think. I've been doing a lot of striking with the teachers.
Yeah.
I haven't, as of lately, noticed it because I feel so much more empowered.
You don't need feminism. Why do you need feminism? Why do you need feminism?
Because I experience sexism.
Mansplainer. They're yelling mansplainer at me. So you're okay chanting things at me in a repetitive, boring, predictable manner, but you won't actually just talk to me and have a discussion.
What are you trying to do with this, man?
I am trying to tell people that I don't think they need feminism any longer. I think that women are equal members of our society, and I don't think there's any need for feminism in our country.
On what?
I mean, what's one right that a man has that a woman does not?
We still haven't elected a female president.
That's not a right.
I didn't say it was a right.
Well, feminism by definition fights for women's rights.
Okay, the woman has a right to have any other position that a man does.
I agree with that. And a woman has a right. Does a woman have a right to run for president?
Sure, she still hasn't achieved that though.
An achievement. Women are guaranteed equal rights, not equal outcomes.
Correct. In America, we generally make decisions based on majority though. And so when a majority votes for a woman to be president and that woman isn't made president, I think
the Electoral College makes the ultimate decision. So do you think the Electoral College is sexist?
It's part of it, just like women didn't have the right to vote.
So Donald Trump fairly earned enough electoral votes to be elected president. How is that sexism?
It's not sexism based on the way you just phrased it. It's sexism based on the way America has set up the system. Women didn't even get the right to vote in this country. Now most Americans are voting for a woman president, and she's still not allowed to be president.
It's not that she's not allowed to be president, it's that she did not win. She did not win the Electoral College.
Most Americans
It's not flawed. You know, if we didn't have the Electoral College, only a few states would control the
It's
entire
your
election.
opinion that it's not flawed, but most decisions in this country are made on majority rule.
You don't need feminism, ladies. You don't need feminism. Do you think that women have equal rights in this country?
Nut jobs.
Do you think that women have equal rights in this country?
They don't yet.
Which rights do a man? What right does a man have that a woman doesn't?
Men have the right to walk down the street and not worry about who's going to be beating up on them or raping
Statistically, men are usually higher. They have a higher rate of being victims of violent crime.
them. Women because women are forced to stay in and not walk down the street.
I think that women have the right to walk down the street.
You need to read up. You've been buying into that Fox bull.
I don't actually watch Fox News.
Well, that's good.
What do you watch?
First off, I watch CNN.
Shocker.
So you've been interviewing folks here, right?
Yes.
And what do they say?
Most of them believe that they still need feminism.
Why do they say that?
Because they don't think they have equal rights.
Why do they feel like they don't have equal rights? You know, you've been here talking.
Because they don't read.
Because they don't read. Okay.
Do you disagree? Oh yeah, throw race into the mix. That's really original. How is this discrimination towards women?
Our health care.
Right, women have. If I would argue, women have more access to health care because of Planned Parenthood. It's specifically set up for. It's specific.
Thank you for mansplaining that to me.
So
You know
we're having
what?
a fair
I'm
discussion
in
now.
my
The minute I bring up
60s, you're probably 19. When you grow up, you're gonna be embarrassed.
I'm a bigot.
Aren't you?
No, not at all. I'm actually out here preaching that I believe women are equal. I don't see how that makes me a bigot.
Women are equal, but yet we don't have the same equal rights.
What equal rights do women not have?
The right to go to straight to our
Right to what?
to go to a doctor, to be seen.
Women don't have a right to go to the doctor?
That's what your president is trying to take away.
How so?
He's been all over the
What right to go to the doctor is Trump trying to take away?
He's trying to take away our reproductive rights.
Abortion?
Yes.
Actually, Trump is only
And
trying
trying
to.
to take away our
Actually, Trump, if anything, it would be more on the Supreme Court. First of all, second of all, if the Supreme Court removed Roe,
Who did he just appoint to a Supreme Court?
if the Supreme Court,
Who did he just
Brett Kavanaugh. Can I finish what I was saying? If the Supreme Court does away with Roe v. Wade, that would only leave abortion up to a state's issue. Abortion would not be illegalized throughout the entire country.
Okay,
it would
but the
only not
fact
be
is
enforced.
He's trying to take that away. It's already set. And
I
you're
think
trying to take
don't
that
you,
away.
I think that's a decision that should be left up to the states. I think that's a smaller government. So I think that feminism was once good and necessary, but I don't think we need it anymore because women have equal rights in this country.
You really think so?
Sure.
Have you seen the income gap or like
The income gap is not real. It has been heavily debunked even by a female Harvard professor.
Okay, I think you need to do a lot more research.
I have done a lot of research.
Really?
Yes, according to the Association of University Women, when you take in the proper amount of factors that contribute to the said wage gap, the wage gap shrinks to about.
This is just like.
Too many facts?
No. It's just too much ignorance. I really.
Too much ignorance? I'm citing you a feminist study. You don't need feminism. Why do you need feminism? Very sound argument. If companies can pay women less, why don't they hire all women?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Really?
I understand your argument, and I understand that you're angry.
I'm not angry.
I
no,
can
no.
hear it in your voice. Listen
I'm not
to your
angry.
voice.
I'm hearing
Now
my voice and I sound pretty calm.
You have now shifted the quality of your voice, and I thank you for that.
Okay.
And you've just given me a condescending look, and that's another reason why we need feminism. And now I'm done, and thank you so much.
I'd love to know, why do you think you do need feminism?
I'm just wondering why you think you actually have a voice in this matter.
Well, isn't feminism about equality for men and women?
Yeah.
So shouldn't I have a voice?
Yeah, equality, which we don't have.
How so?
So when you grow a uterus and identify as a woman, you can talk. Otherwise, you can suck my.
You don't need feminism. You don't need feminism.
What do I need? Tell me, man.
Why do you think you need feminism?
No, you answer my question. Why don't you think I, as a woman, need feminism?
Because
Man.
women have.
Man, what do you know anything about?
Me being a man does not discredit my opinion.
What do you know about being a woman?
I mean,
Nothing.
not a lot, but I can tell you statistically that women have equal rights to men, and there's not a single right a man has that a woman does
How old
not.
are you?
I'm 22.
That's how smart you are.
Okay, well,
That must be
do
your
you, what?
IQ.
Well, what's a right?
You're telling a woman here to not. I don't need. And you're as a man, you don't have any idea.
What's a right that a
what
man-
it's like to be a woman, and you have no right to tell a woman that she doesn't deserve to be a feminist.
What's a right that a man has that a woman doesn't?
Everything.
Everything, really?
Yeah.
Every single right. So women have no rights in this country?
Are you being condescending to me right now?
No, I'm asking you.
That's what a man has a right to do, be condescending to a woman.
I don't know, you've been pretty
You stand
condescending to
here
me.
not
I don't have a
knowing
problem with
anything
it.
what it's like to be a woman.
You've been pretty
You
condescending to me.
stand
I don't
here-
mind.
By telling you that you don't have no idea, you don't have no what
Well,
it's
you're
like
not
to be a
answering my
woman?
questions. I'm
I
asking
don't have
what.
to answer your question. That's the point of it.
Well, you're coming up to me about my side. I mean. Well, that about wraps up our third annual Women's March experience. It was a great time. Got to talk to a lot of people. Got yelled at and cussed at a little bit here and there, but it's all right. Had a lot of great discussions, and I look forward to doing it again.
All in all, going to the LA Women's March was a fantastic experience. I had some thrilling conversations, and I witnessed firsthand how sad it is that so many women have fallen for this media lie that they are victims. I'm glad I could attempt to red pill a couple women. I just hope that soon they realize they don't need feminism.